Hello, and welcome back to Session 3 of Our Living Landscape Communities Leading Change Conference. In this section, we will be looking at the learnings and legacies that the partnership has produced over the last 5 years. The following presentations sum up a wealth of information that we have collected during our funded period, highlighting important lessons, outcomes, both expected and not, and learnings that we would like to pass on to anyone working in or considering landscape scale projects now or in the future. We will start with our Scheme Manager Boyd and the Community Grant Scheme.
The Community Grant Scheme project has been particularly popular. This project provided grants to individuals of up to £1,000 and to organisations of up to £5,000 over the 5-year period. To qualify, the applications needed to coincide with the scheme's aims and occur within Coigach Assynt Living Landscape area. The majority of awards were for built and cultural projects that range from archaeology and building repair to a modern children's book focusing on the nature and paths and communities of Coigach Assynt. Also popular were projects that focus on nature. These projects range from bat recorders to power sites for common grazings and protected riverine woodlands. Skills, training and people awards often involve nature and included subjects as diverse as lichen survey training with a national expert and powerboat training to help with marine survey work. Paths and access awards range from deer fencing to ensure safe and clean access for school and sports player in Lochinver playing field to an access officer for Mile Martin. The first presentation you will now see is from Jenny Grant, who explains the process she went through to create the fantastic children's book that she wrote and illustrated, which tells the tale of walking with Millie, her dog, through Coigach Assynt.
It's been about 6 months now since I finished the book and sent it off to the printers, or got it back from the printers. So it's been quite interesting thinking about the process. Millie and I and my new charge in the back are here on the Coolmore path today. I'm trying to get out, see some things and make a wee video about between mountain and sea. And of course here's the most important element. There's Millie just on the path ahead. She always just stays a wee bit ahead of me in the path, just like in the book. So a lot of the ideas for the book came from just being out, seeing lots of things, lots of details and colours, coming across things, and every creature that's in it or plant that's in it is something I've actually seen in this area around Coolmore. There's Sylvan in the background. That's the inspiration for the front cover of the book. But yeah, just being out, even the rock under your feet, walking on quartzite, and I know that we get up to Tordonian sandstone, so just being really aware of what was where. And Millie is really helpful because she's really good. She doesn't chase after things, and she often will see things and stand and look, or get up high on a position and look at something. But so that often alerts me to things, and it was that idea of seeing the landscape and the wildlife through the dog's eyes as the main character. So down there is Elfin, where the book starts from, Elfin's quite good because it's really right in the middle of Coigach Assynt, and you can see a lot of the Coigach Assynt hills from there. And I'm looking now at some of the original page. They're all double page spreads, and it feels like a lifetime ago that I did these. It's not that long ago. What's happened? The storm has hit Elfin. There's lots going on, but it's nice to flick through these things because it was a lot of work, and at the time I thought, oh, it's just wee drawings. In the book, the weather on the second day, the weather really turns quite quickly. A storm comes in, and I think maybe the same thing might be happening today. We've got lots of blue sky and sunshine, but I wanted to get across that the weather can change really quickly in this area. We're at their camp spot, which features in the book, with Stack Polly in the background. They come down here for the night before going on to the sea. From then on, it's very artistic license in the fact that they get to a sandy beach, when actually if you carried on that way
The second presentation is from Claire Belshaw for Coigach Assynt and highlights the importance of Gaelic to the core area. Finally, the GeoTrails leaflet that was developed by Visit Coigach. The leaflet highlights individual walks that showcase the various geological features in Coigach, whether it is the fossilised beaches on the shore of Achlochan or the rocks on top of the hills that are a billion years younger.
In 2018, we ran a series of guided excursions jointly with the North West Highlands Geopark to introduce people from the local area to the trail. These were popular with all ages and were led by the authors Patrick Cossey and Pete Harrison. So Pete, how important do you think the CALLP grant was to the project?
Well, it provided a core part to the funding, but it also then, I think, encouraged other funders to come on board as well.
Do you think the trail has brought any benefit to the Geopark?
Quite definitely, it's given us another publication to put out there, to sell from the Rock Stop and to sell from a number of suppliers that we use. And I think it's also providing an exemplar really of perhaps a way forward for us to provide similar sorts of trails for other parts of the geopark. It's certainly brought in people who have bought the trail via our website have come up specifically to do it, and also it's taken people that I know of off the North Coast 500 and onto the Coigach Peninsula. So, and it's provided walks for people, and it's provided some education for people. I mean, people take it at their own rate, I think, and whatever your starting point is in the learning process, you can take it forward using the leaflet.
The GeoTrail page on our website ranks consistently among the top 8 most visited, and downloads of the leaflet are currently running over 1,000 a year.
I hope you have enjoyed the presentations of the community grant schemes by Jenny, Claire and Peter. Although the community grant scheme project has a budget of less than £100,000, the awards were able to leverage an additional £277,000 of funding. Moreover, the total volunteer time contributed to the award was over 3,000 volunteer hours, or 430 volunteer days. This figure outweighs our expectation by over 3.5 times. However, the greatest value of the project is that it enabled the involvement of the local community in CALLP. Some of the applications arose through need, others came through individuals or groups seeking the opportunity to achieve more for the area. Whatever their motivation, the community grant scheme has enabled local organisations to have greater impact and to have a greater involvement in CALLP.